Hello everyone, I am Muhid Ahmed Siddiqui, and in this video I will tell you a very interesting point about presenting informations in charts in the FA2 exam. Now, this is a topic this is a topic that is about how information is presented. There can be different ways of presenting information. Number one is the bar charts. Number one is the bar charts. Now, here, this is an example of a bar chart. These are the bars. These are the bars for 6 years. And this bar chart shows the number of units sold for each year. In year one, the sales were 8,000. In year two, sales rose to 12,000 units. Then there was a little bit decline from 12,000 to like 11,000 nearly. Then the sale again improved, and the number of units sold in year four were 14,000. Now, the thing is that these diagrams are not very difficult to draw or construct. You can easily construct a bar chart. Similarly, if we move forward, this is a component bar chart. The second of the diagrams, the second chart is the component bar chart. This bar chart is divided into different components. This bar chart is divided into different components, three different components. Number one is for region one, number two is for region two, and number three is for region three. So this bar chart is showing the number of sales unit sold in three different regions, region 1, 2, and 3. Most of the sale in the 3 years, year 7, 8, and 9, is made in region 1, as the area covered by region 1 is more as compared to region 2 and 3, as you can see in this diagram here. Percentage component bar chart is the same as, you can say, is the same as this component bar chart, the normal component bar chart, but instead of uh, instead of showing the actual number of units, the bars are the results are expressed in terms of percentages, and components are divided. Components are showing percentage of each percentage of sales made in each of the three regions. Now, moving forward, the multiple bar charts, the multiple bar chart. Now, this multiple bars chart, this multiple bar charts uh, shows bars for the three regions in each year. In year 7, it is showing three different bars for three different regions. And in this way, it is making a comparison of the sales made between the three regions. Now, then we have pie diagrams or pie charts. Pie charts are actually circles divided into different sectors, and each sector shows the amount for the amount or the quantity, you can say, the percentage for different uh, for different variables. Now, so these are pie charts. Moving forward, we have scatter diagrams. Now, in scatter diagrams, this is an example of a scatter diagram. In a scatter diagram, uh, we have results plotted on x-axis and y-axis. We have points. We have different points for different results. We plot, what we do, we plot different points for different results. And yes, we plot different points for different results. For example, here the output in week 1, the output in week 1 is 10 units and the cost is $42. The cost is $42 and the output is 10 units. Output is 10 units and the cost is how much? The cost is $42. So here it is plotted like this. Okay, in week 2, the output is $12. The output is 12 units and the cost is $44. 12 units and how much? $44. So in a scatter diagram, points are scattered and plotted for two different variables, cost and output. Here, the two different variables are, one is the cost and the other is the output. So this is an example of a scatter diagram. Moving forward, what we do when we once we have plotted points in a scatter diagram, we fit a trend line. We fit a trend line or a line of best fit. This is also called a line of best fit in the scatter diagram. This line actually shows how what is the trend. Are the two variables, the cost and the output, are the two variables, cost and the output, directly proportional to each other? That is, if the output increases, the cost increases. Whether the two variables are inversely related to each other, in that case, the trend line will not be an upward sloping like this, but instead will be a downward sloping. Opposite to this, the trend line will be downward sloping from left to right. Okay, moving forward. Yes. So we have different diagrams. One is the scatter diagram. One is the scatter diagram. Number two is the pie charts. And last but not least, we have bar charts. The point here worth noting is that the point here worth noting is that why these diagrams are used. Why these diagrams are used. The bar chart, the pie chart, the scatter diagram, why these diagrams are used. Now, bar chart, this is the thing that you need to know, because in the capacity, let's suppose if you are working in the capacity of an analyst and you are required to present information, you are required to, let's suppose you are required to present a report to your seniors, to your senior managers or the senior management of the company, then there you will have to know in which situation which diagram is known, and this is something that is very important. Even the F2 examiner has also highlighted this point in his reports. So bar chart a bar chart or a pie diagram, a pie chart is used to make comparisons. Is these two diagrams, pie chart and the bar chart, these two are used to make comparisons between different variables or make comparisons for anything. Like here you can see in the component bar chart, there is a comparison. A comparison is shown of the quantity of the units sold, of the number of units sold in each region. By looking at this bar chart, we can easily find out in which region the sales are the highest. In region 1, the sales are the highest because the black bars are the tallest of the three in each of the 3 years. So, bar chart are used to make comparisons, can be a good tool for making comparisons like this. Similarly, pie charts Similarly, pie charts or pie diagrams can also be used to make comparisons, because as each different sector has a different color or a different shade, we can easily we can easily determine which sector is the largest, or which sector is larger as compared to the others. So this diagram, pie chart, is also used to make comparisons. Moving forward, scatter diagrams. Now, scatter diagrams. Scatter diagrams are used to show relationship between two variables. How the two variables are related. In this example, cost and output are directly related to each other. The more the output that we produce, the more will be the cost. Relationship between, when we need to show relationship between two variables, when we need to show how a variable how a variable changes with changes in the other variable, then scatter diagram is a useful way of doing so. So scatter diagrams are used to show relationships between two variables. Like here in this example, we can easily we can easily tell by looking at this diagram that the more the output that we produce, the more will be the cost. So the two variables are directly related to each other. Now, if two variables are inversely related to each other, or there is an inverse relation between the two variables, then the trend line will not be an upward sloping line like this, but in fact will be a downward sloping line from left to right, will be a downward sloping line from here to here, from the top left to the bottom right, will slope downward from top left to the bottom right if the two variables are inversely related to each other instead of direct relation. So these are the points why we use scatter diagrams, why we use bar charts, why we use pie charts, in which situation which diagram is more appropriate. This is something that you need to know at this level, the F2 level. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. It was Muid Ahmed Siddiqui. Hope to see you soon. And I'll keep posting videos like this for the ACCA students. Let me know if you need any kind of assistance. I am available on the social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn. You can contact me. You can easily contact me via social media platforms, preferably WhatsApp. Thank you.